Revelations chapter 8, verses 9 and 10. If you have your Bibles, go ahead and get those out. We'll be breaking these verses down by phrases. If you have your Bibles, it'll be easier for you to keep up. Revelations chapter 8, verses 9 reads, "And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed." The phrase, "and the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died," will cause, as would be obvious, a tremendous upheaval. When one considers all the fish in a third part of the Mediterranean Sea instantly dying and then floating to the surface, the portrayals by television all over the world of this happening will be striking indeed. Instant commentators by satellite television are going to make all of these happenings a phenomenon of unprecedented proportions. Every nation in the world will be aware of what is going on, with no doubt untold numbers of prognosticators and scientists attempting to explain what is happening. And then again, as stated, many will no doubt read these scriptures in the Bible and announce the true cause. The phrase, "and the third part of the ships were destroyed." So we started out, "and the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed," presents that which is considerably as would be obvious. However, this is only a prelude to what is about to happen. Verse 10 reads, "And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the waters and upon the fountains of water." The phrase, "and the third angel sounded," signals an even worse judgment. If it is to be noticed, the Lord, as it regards the first four trumpets, uses the elements to create havoc on the earth. And to be sure, this consternation caused by these events will be startling indeed. While history has experienced a brief portrayal of these happenings in one way or the other, such has been minor by comparison to what will happen in the coming great tribulation. Many in the modern church are fond of attempting to explain away the book of Revelation, claiming that it's already fulfilled. Incidentally, these same individuals deny the coming rapture as well. In fact, they claim the world is getting better and better, and the church is going to usher in the kingdom age. They also claim that this will be done by electing good men and women to public offices, in other words, by political means. All of this foolishness, and foolishness it is, that which is made up by men. To be sure, they didn't get it out of the Bible. No. The happenings of Revelation chapter 6 through the remainder of the book are yet future. But let it be understood that it's not too far into the future that these things will happen. In fact, the rapture of the church could take place any moment. The phrase, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp. So we started out, and the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp. Presents another description, but nevertheless, more than likely, another meteorite. This one will fall in the same vicinity as the first meteorite fell, but this time on land. The phrase, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. So we started out, and the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, having burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. Probably speaks of a third part of land area. And once again, we continue to speak of the old Roman Empire area. However, this area is considerably a third part of all the rivers, including underground rivers, which translates into fountains of waters, will spell a considerable tragedy, to say the least. The next verse tells us how this will happen, but only to a limited degree, how it will affect such a large land area, which could conceivably incorporate a third of Europe or more. We aren't told, but to be sure, it definitely will happen. And that concludes Revelations chapter 8, verses 9 and 10.